when I took my children to gymnastics, there was a school in Beckton, and it was open with the kids in school uniform of a Saturday morning. I've spoken to another head teacher who said, Eddie, we do it on rotation, but we invite the parents to come in so we can help them with their reading too. So there are ways, and there are lots of people doing things about it. It's about talking about it, encouraging each other, and all of that. Penelope Solomon is an education consultant, and maybe more importantly, a mum. How are you, Penelope?
I'm very well, thank you, Eddie. How are you?
Well, I've been better, if I'm honest, but your qualification is your child. How old is your child?
I've got 3 actually. One is 14.
Show it off.
I've got another one of 10 and one of 8.
Has it changed then? The 14-year-old and the... Now, here's a difficult question, because I know that all children are different, and certainly my youngest, Sheikh Madiba of Upper Leytonstone, is completely different to Prince Zook of Wanstead. But are the methods different? And essentially boys and girls? Help me to understand how you've navigated it.
Yeah, definitely. My son, when he was younger, was reading avidly, and he read all the Harry Potters, and he was really into it, really keen. And then what happened is puberty kicked in, and I think that had quite a difference, and he sort of seemed to go off the reading.
What age was that? What age was that?
I think about 13 or even 12, late 12.
I think my child's an early developer. I said to him, it is cool to be clever, you know, because he's a clever boy, but to me it seems like he's embarrassed to be as clever as he is. Is that what you're talking about when you're talking about this puberty thing?
It possibly is that, but then it became that, I think, with secondary school starting and reading, you know, they're spending a lot of time at school reading, not for pleasure necessarily, but academically, and so reading suddenly seems like perhaps a little bit negative, and it's all about changing that mindset with children, I think. My younger girls are avid readers, and what I do is I now have learned to sort of read with them. I've started reading more, and we sit together, and it's a really nice experience. It's positive. So reading has to be...
Yeah, but you can read. You don't have to read a book. I can read on my phone, can't I?
Oh, no. Take away the phone. You know I'm going to say that.
Yeah, but let's get this out of the way. Don't you dare judge me.
I'm not judging you for a second, not for a second. You know, the thing about reading is, and this is a fact, I'm going to give you this fact, regular readers are exposed to 1 million words per year. So there's so much bonuses to reading and benefits. And we have this thing at school. I'm a teacher as well, and we have at school once a week, it's absolutely brilliant, where we take our year 7 kids down to the library, and I literally say to them, you are now going to read for pleasure, and nobody is allowed to do anything but read for pleasure, you know, and they've got to, it's
so really does that mean you read whatever you like?
Well, some of the kids do get books out with the sort of the cartoony ones, the graphic novels, and we need to encourage every kind of reading at the beginning. There's nothing wrong with that. Obviously, later on, we'd like them to move on to sort of more richer novels in terms of academic literacy and everything. But yeah, I think anything to begin with, just to get away from this idea that it's a punishment.
No, and that's the thing, and that's the reason why Mrs. Ness has always resisted the idea of sweets, is somehow sweets come like a reward and everything else comes like a punishment. But the reason I made the point about reading is much of my work where I can write articles, I get on the internet, I can do all sorts on my phone, but what we've realised, which is what I think you're saying, is that I need to get a book, because if I'm doing it, it's more likely they'll do it.
Well, that's definitely one way. If you're doing it and enjoying it, you know, genuinely reading is pleasurable, but then it just has so many benefits academically as well. And it doesn't matter your background or what your start is in life. By reading, you can just so much improve your life chances for children, for students. And so that is a benefit for them to read, but also just for pleasure. And another thing is that we, as parents, we don't have time to start reading endlessly to our children. But if we can just read the first page or the first 2 pages of a novel, we can really help them to get into it. And you'll find what's amazing is you pick up the novel, you start reading, and then they want to carry on. And once you've got that is brilliant as a kind of a kickstarter for a reluctant reader.
Has the 8-year-old got a mobile phone?
We don't do phones in our family.
Well, that's...
Sorry, I know it's really...
No. We'll do that next time. We won't do that this time.
We'll talk phones next time.
Yeah, we'll talk, because I can imagine that's going to be a nice one. We don't do mobile phones in our family, Eddie. Yeah, right. This boy's every day. When you speak properly, no one of that. You're born in English. Learn how to speak England. Matt's in Brighton.
Oh, hi Eddie. Hi. Okay, thank you. I've called in because I've been feeling quite stressed lately and anxious, and I just wanted to let the listeners know that mental health line goes through to the Millview Hospital, and they'll take anybody's call. I presume they live in Brighton and Hove, and they will help you on the phone deal with the issue there and then. And they even do like breathing exercises, and if you want them to, they'll email your doctor after you spoke to them to let you know, to let the doctor know what you've discussed.
That's the last thing I'd want, man. Personally.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. I think for me, and I try to do this subject. I do it often, as you probably know, but I try to do it as often, as honestly as I can. If I'm phoning up a helpline, it probably means I want to do it anonymously in order to see if I can control it, as opposed to getting it on my record. Tell me your journey.
Well, it's really my mum. She shouts and she swears, and at the moment she's financially helping me, but she makes that she's doing me a massive favour. She is in a way, but the money I'm borrowing from her, I'm going to pay her back. So if it's all about money, I feel like, you know, it's only paper. And what I think people need to realise is, if you've got your happiness and you've got your health, no money in the world can buy that. And some mornings I wake up and I sort of, my throat's racing and I feel really panicked and really stressed, but I've got a few things here which I can take, like, you know, some herbs and some natural remedies. And I just think, you know, if it's all about money, you know, forget money, because money doesn't buy you the happiness and money won't buy you health.
No, I get that, man. I get that. And I've got a couple of mates on the herbs as well. But the thing is you can't say that if you owe somebody else money. So you owe your mum money and she's giving you a hard time for it, and it may well be causing her anxiety. I read something the other day, you know, that many relationships break up, and many people, the number one thing they're worried about is money. So just tell you a story some of you may have heard before. It's probably the nicest and only thing that you know, the big boss here has done for me, that's made me really think about it, you know, in a different way. So when I was diagnosed in 2007, I freelance, as you know here, I'm not staff, and Mrs. Nestor at the time was freelance. And when I got diagnosed, my number one concern was, how are we going to pay the mortgage? How are we going to live? You know, this formula that they give you that you're supposed to have 6 months mortgage or rent, or 6 months. I'm sure that everybody knows it. I doubt if many of us have it, but I think we know it. And in going through that illness, right, and I often tell people that